Hi everyone, and thank you again for joining me for this demonstration of the Emission Reduction Credit, or ERC Generation General Workbook. We're now going over the Emission Supporting Documents Sheet, which will list the required supporting documentation needed based on the equipment type and pollutant for each facility. We will begin on row 15 by first selecting a FIN and EPN combination from the dropdown. You can see that I have already pre-filled in most of the FIN and EPN and pollutant combinations from the previous sheet. So we'll select our newly entered FIN and EPN 555. The equipment type will auto-populate. Then we'll select a pollutant from the dropdown. The pollutants listed in the dropdown are FIN specific, so whatever pollutants were chosen for that FIN on the facility information sheet will be the only available options. As you can see on the facility information sheet, for the process heater, FIN 555, both VOC and NOx are marked yes, indicating that ERCs are being sought for both pollutants. But for fugitive emissions, FIN 444, only VOC is marked as yes. So that is the only pollutant available in the dropdown for FIN 444 on the Emissions Supporting Documents sheet. Depending on the equipment type and pollutant, a series of between 1 and 9 items regarding the required supporting documentation will appear, which require a yes or no response, indicating if it has been attached with the submission of the project. If you select no, the cell will turn red, and you must provide justification in column V of that row as to why the required document is not applicable to the project. Column V will remain red until the applicant provides this justification. You must provide an explanation for each document that is not attached. For example, if you respond no for documentation 1, please write documentation 1 in column V, followed by your justification. If you also replied no for documentation 2, write documentation 2, followed by your justification. A tip for keeping items separated within a single cell is to use the Alt plus Enter function by holding the Alt key while pressing Enter. This will allow you to enter multiple lines instead of having everything be a single paragraph if you need to provide multiple explanations. There is no character limit for this cell. Most FINs will not require 9 pieces of supporting documentation, so when the final requested document is listed, a statement displays stating that there are no more questions for this facility, and the rest of the row will gray out. You will repeat this entry process for each FIN and EPN combination and for each pollutant. As is stated above in the instructions, any document that have previously been submitted to another program area in the TCEQ, such as for an air permit application or for an emissions inventory questionnaire, must be resubmitted with your ERC generation application.